Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of the 2006 film Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest. So we start off with Lord Beckett, who's working for the East India Trading Company, which is historically pretty shitty. And he is pretty shitty. But he also does bring up good points. Like, I do love that it starts off with the consequences of just letting a pirate like Jack Sparrow go free. Because realistically, if there is going to be a second movie, we just can't breeze past the fact that everybody just went kumbaya and sang it out and sent the murdering pirate on his way. So now Elizabeth and Will arrested. Norrington is wanted, but he left the Navy in disgrace after losing his ship in a hurricane. Jack is visited by Bootstrap Bill, Will's father, who's now a part of Davy Jones's crew, and he reveals to us that Jack made a deal with Davy Jones, and now Davy Jones is coming to collect the debt. So either Jack's going to be a part of Davy Jones's crew, or he's going to get brought down to the locker. Whatever the hell that is. And Jones is going to release a Kraken to drag Sparrow whether he wants to or not. So yeah. Beckett tells Will that he can go free not go free, but he has a letter of marque, which basically means you can be a pirate, but for the king. Ain't that nice? You get to do all the horrible shit you were doing. You just got to give me a cut. You just got to give his royal assness a cut, you know? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's basically what that is. Will correctly just says that Captain Jack Sparrow's not going to like that. Will ends up meeting up with the crew of the Black Pearl on the island of on a cannibal island. He and the rest of the crew, and it should be noted that the crew from the first film of the Black Pearl are the mute dude with the parrot, Gibbs, and the dwarf. Those are the only ones I remember. Spaghetti and Rook, who were the two comedy people from Barbossa's crew, now join Jack Sparrow's crew, which is just like, I do love that. I'm pretty sure canonically they betrayed Jack, and he's just looking at these two like, yeah, I guess so. I guess I can take him back. Jack's not exactly in the point to turn down people. I do love that as they're getting the Black Pearl out to sea, Will's like, we can't just leave Jack. Jack comes hauling ass with an army on his back, and he's like, time to go. That was, in my opinion, one of the greatest scenes. They end up going to meet Tia Dalma to get information about the Dead Man's Chest or whatever, I think. So they are a key for it, anyways. Jack kind of sets Will up, and he gets caught by Davy Jones. Will meets his father, and in a game of liar's dice, finds out that Davy Jones has the key on him. Steals the key like a badass, and proceeds to dip and disappear. Meanwhile, Elizabeth was freed by her father, and she proceeds to be badass. She escapes, and she now makes it. She gets on a ship, and she basically tricks these people and the ship into going to Tortuga by pretending to be a ghost or whatever. There, she meets up with Jack, Gibbs, and Norrington, who join the crew, Jack's crew. Because Jack is trying to find 100 people to damn, or 99 people to damn along with Will to Davy Jones. Because Davy Jones says that Sparrow is worth 100 lives. And if he can give him 100 lives, he'll be free of his debt. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure Will escapes on the exact ship that Elizabeth was on. So, and he ends up killing everybody and sinking the ship, except Will. He escapes. They end up getting there. They end up all meeting up on the island where the heart is, and they all have a fight over it. Beckett ends up kind of winning the fight, stealing the heart and the letters of marquee. He pretends, he's going to hold off the crew, but, he doesn't. And ends up stealing away and giving it to Beckett to regain, his place in the Navy or whatever. And so now the East India Treaty is even worse because they now got Davy Jones. What the shit? Jones comes in and kills damn near everybody on the Black Pearl and destroys all but one life escape boat, which Jack gets on and initially flees, but he does come back, which kind of tells us, that Jack, well, Jack is he's mostly, he's kind of, I don't know where he'd fit on the chart, but he's not evil. He's just kind of a piece of shit. He's a lovable piece of shit, though. He does come back, but Elizabeth Swann does realize that Jones is not after the ship. He's just after after Sparrow. So she ties Sparrow to the ship and everybody abandons ship. And he's taken down with the ship and the Kraken stops because the debt's paid. At the end, the surviving crews at Tia Dalma, weighing the chance of rescuing Sparrow. And Tia Dalma drops a bombshell. She resurrected Hector Barbosa because why? What the hell? I don't know if we needed that. I didn't know if we needed that. I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm gonna be honest. I do love that Jack Sparrow kind of respected Elizabeth's decision to leave him out hanging dry, basically telling her like a pirate. Because he said he was trying to flirt with her, I guess, when he planned on leaving Will to die. He was like, we could get married. We're quite similar. And I do love that, Will thinks highly of. And I do love that's the difference between Will and Elizabeth. I don't think Will would have done that, but Elizabeth would have. And I love that difference between them. I do love that for some reason in the initial start of this movie, Will Turner is such a ride or die for Jack Sparrow. Why is he such a ride or die for Jack Sparrow? Even in the last movie, he was willing to risk it all. Why is he such a ride or die for Jack Sparrow? I don't think Jack Sparrow has given him that great of a reason to be that big of a ride or die, but nevertheless, there Will Turner is. I'm still. I don't think this movie takes too far in the way from the last one, because the beginning was Will and Elizabeth's wedding getting interrupted. So, there's that. This movie didn't. I don't know. It wasn't as good as the first one, I guess. I can't remember what I rated the first one, but this. So, watch me just rate this higher than that one. But I'm going to give it a 6. It's above average, but not top tier. I want to see more about Beckett in the third one. I suppose I want to see Jack come back, see how they get Jack back. If they do more with Beckett and Norrington, then yeah. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.